if it's bull or bear, I don't care. It's quite a rough ride, just like life. But I'm kinda patient, cause only time will tell. It's gonna go up, so you better stay calm. Grow your coins, you gotta grow your coins. Grow your coins, grow your coins. Grow your coins, you gotta grow your coins. Grow your coins. Grow your coins, grow your coins, you gotta grow your coins. Grow your coins. Grow your coins, grow your coins, you gotta grow your coins.
Oh, I didn't even realize this back. I'm here. I was literally just posting a picture of me going live to my Instagram just for the hell of it while I was sitting here silently waiting. What's up, folks? It's Sunday. I'll show you my new shirt. I paint so I don't choke. Well, it says I paint so I don't choke people, but damn, I'm too big to get out of my chair. I have been painting a lot. Brandon Lopez cracking his jokes. I'm going a little early today because I've got different stuff going on. My wife went to go pick up my daughter, and then we're gonna eat. And I'm super hungry because I've really eaten hardly anything. I had a little half bag of Doritos. Not that anybody gives a shit. But man, Bitcoin. What's up with Bitcoin? So much stuff going on, and it's just kind of pumping and dropping and pumping and dropping. But every time it drops, it's higher. It stops higher than the last candle. I'm looking at a 4-hour chart right now. Got a buy signal earlier this afternoon, and I mean it continued to rise up. You'll see, just so that you guys know, all this stuff you see going on, everything except for the buy and sell indicator, this is all market cipher. And sometime tonight, it's probably going to be a little later, I am going to have Crypto Face on, and I'm going to grill the shit out of him on how to use this market cipher indicator. And I will tell you, it's not going to be a paid thing. It's nothing like that. He did give me free access to the indicator, so I haven't paid him squat, but I really do like it. And I'm going to have him not only teach me and show me in detail, like he's probably going to be annoyed because I'm going to make him cover every little detail of this indicator, what every little thing means, how it comes up with this, or how does it, just everything about it. I want to learn everything there is to learn about market cipher in one video. I don't want to, people can keep referencing it. I love sitting here painting my models and watching. If it's a 2-hour video on an indicator, I'll watch it. I don't care. I'm more interested in learning as much as possible, not just having, little 10, 15 minute videos that I'm clicking in and out of, learning little tidbits. I want to be able to sit down and study a video. And if I have to watch it 5 times over, so be it. I'm good with that. So anyway, expect that later tonight. We just broke 11,000 again. I'm showing 10,900. So, but it's been kind of hovering. Let's look at a 1 hour. Interesting. Still got that buy signal on a 1 hour. Let me look at the daily. The daily is stupid. Look, I mean, it's just silly how much we're just driving. I mean, look at this whole channel on Bitcoin, man. Just wham. And it's just booming still. And, the thing of it is I've been watching so many different people trying to say $1,000 Bitcoin, $1,000 Bitcoin, $1,500 Bitcoin. And they have all this science and all this shit talking about why. And I told everybody, man, it was like 4,000. And I started telling people, it's not getting much lower than this if it does. The low is 3,100. I started saying I thought that was the low. And I was basically telling people, like, we're not going to see $1,000 Bitcoin. Like I said, anything is possible, but we're not going to see it. I did a video in May when Bitcoin was 8,000, I think it was $8,866, where I basically explained why I expect to see $140,000 Bitcoin in 2020. And I went into the EMAs and stuff like that. And it's funny because I watched a video this morning. I think it was from this morning. I was watching Crypto because I like that DaVinci J15. He's a silly dude, but he's smart, and I like him. And but I almost wonder because he was even using some of the same words that I used in that video. And a part of me wonders, did he watch this video and then kind of go in a little deeper even, and then made his video this morning? Which, if he did, cool. Like, I consider that a compliment. I think we all kind of watch each other, and it kind of inspires ideas. And sometimes we'll see something and we want to take it a little deeper. And it gives us kind of a launching point on where to look for more answers as to what we expect to happen. I'm not saying he did do that, but if he did, cool. I appreciate it. It seemed pretty similar to my $140,000 Bitcoin, though. But he did elaborate on more details on why he thought. I mean, his video was, I think he said something like, it was something pretty ridiculous, even by like September or by the end of the year. And, I think he even said something like $300,000 Bitcoin or whatever. But I think that the gist of it, here's the thing. When it comes to Bitcoin, I can't help escape this underlining feeling that there is something more going on. Almost as if the creation of Bitcoin was also created with a fundamental timeline for price action advancement. And I think what I mean by that is you can almost set your watch to the gains and the psychology of Bitcoin as a new asset class. And for me, when I see people charting, and I've watched so many people charting, doing the TA for Bitcoin, and so many theories and so much, just everything you can imagine. I've seen it all multiple times. But the one thing that I can't help but to ponder is if there is, with algorithmic trading bots, right? Algorithmic trading bots work very differently depending on what bot it is, and what strategies are built into it. And so, and just so that everybody knows, I will have an announcement coming. I'm kind of going to make a pseudo announcement now. I am going to be launching my own algorithmic trading bot. And I was going to go with one company because I was going to white label theirs. And I know they're sending me an agreement, I think tomorrow, but I don't think I'm going to go that route at this point, because I will tell you guys that I had some, you know what, I'm just going to tell you. Should I just tell you what I'm doing? I feel like I shouldn't before it's all done. But why not? This is Sunday. We're here to hang out. I've got 2 paid things. I haven't had paid work in a long time. So I've got a paid kind of review for a company called Cindex. And they paid me 0.5 Bitcoin. They paid me half a Bitcoin to go over their project with you, which I'm going to do a little later. They're launching an IEO here in like a day. It actually looks like a kind of a cool project, but I'm going to go into all the details of that later. And then I got like a 0.1 Bitcoin. They paid me like 0.1 Bitcoin to just kind of talk about their project a little bit, go over some of their news bullets and stuff. So I'm going to be doing that. Which it's nice to make a little money. Like basically this video made me like 0.6 Bitcoin and I haven't even done it yet. So that's pretty cool. But so don't suspense. So, all right, I'll spill the beans for those of you that seem to care. And we've got kind of a light crowd. Oh, almost, you're getting close to 200 people. So I figure I'll go ahead and this is an intimate setting and I'll share with you what's happening. Aqua Toss. So originally, I started working with the Aqua Toss guys, and they were launching it. We launched Aqua Toss on Binance, And because of the way the market was working, I was having a difficult time turning a profit with it, to be quite frank with you. I was having a difficult time because just the altcoins continued dropping and everything continued dropping, and there was no real volatility. There wasn't a lot of crossover, and algorithmic trading bots really kind of work in that crossover. And now it depends on the strategies you're running, but the strategies and the technicals of the bot were such that you really needed that. You needed Bitcoin to go up $500 and then come back down 250 while the alts went up $500. And it's that back and forth. And it's those exchanges of value that created the triggers that would allow you to buy or sell at profit. And so I was getting a little frustrated with Aqua Toss because the development started to really slow down. And I was getting concerned, and I thought, well, it's a bear market. I'm not really pushing the bot a lot because it's difficult to trade right now. Given, like the past 6 months or whatever, it's been kind of difficult. And I come to find out the main developer of the project kind of bailed out in a way. Like he's still a part of it. And he did a hell of a job getting Aqua Toss where it's a fully functional, it's like a solid bot and it's good. However, there are features that I want this bot to have. And then I found another company and I thought, man, these guys do a lot of what I really want to see, but then they also lacked a lot. And so so the long and short of it is I talked to the guys at Aqua Toss and I said, you know what? I want my own damn trading bot. I've got crow mining. I've got Crow's Nest X launching next month. I've got my channel. And to round everything off, I'm not going to tell you the name of the bot, but there's a bird's name in it. And I'm taking over Aqua Toss. There it is. And it's a big move for me in the sense that I'm going to be, paying, out of pocket some developers to help get this bot where I want it to be. And, talking with Jared and Colbert and these guys, I mean, they're just fucking awesome dudes, man. And they're just, we sit down and we chat and, they're very receptive to my expectations for the bot and what I want to achieve with it and what I want it to do and what I want it to do for people and, just everything that I want. And they're like, look, man, we're totally open to it. Let's figure out how to make it all happen. And so we are rebranding Aqua Toss. I'm not going to tell you the name yet. I'll tell you when everything is done. It'll probably be a week. And I've got a list of the features and functionalities that I am going to be putting into the bot because I want this bot to be a fucking powerhouse. And I want this bot to be everything that it's like for me to be excited, to get really excited and be like, guys, get this bot, get this. This is how you use it. It's going to do this. Look what it's doing for me. There are things that it's not doing yet that I need it to do before I can stand behind it and truly start shouting about it from the rooftops. And we're going to make that shit happen. And I'm going to be putting some cash into it myself. We're talking to a couple different developers now. I think one is getting locked down as we speak. And the whole color scheme, because I hate orange. I hate orange and I hate the name Aqua Toss. So that shit's got to go. If you're going to go with the crow. So I'll leave it there for now. But I think that we're planning out the development cycles from here. And we're basically breaking down what comes first. Well, the first thing that's going to happen is with Binance basically locking out U.S. investors, U.S. traders. And that's basically what Aqua Toss was initially built on. Well, first thing that needs to happen is we need to be able to add the ability to work on other exchanges and to be able to trade on other exchanges. I know which one we're going to add next in the short term. And then the goal is to add 3 or 4 others so that people have a choice. Because nobody wants to have accounts on multiple exchanges. And so there's so much to this. I'll save it for another video because we're here to talk about other things. you need to go to you need to go back to the conversation about the name in Telegram. If you thought real hard, it wouldn't take you a real difficult time. Like, I've already registered the domain. Like, I already have it. It's all done. I'm gonna, But anyway, and then one of the things that I want the bot to do is I want to be able to trade based off of TradingView alert signals, which it doesn't yet do, but it's going to soon. And that's just there's a list of like 6 key things that are going to be going into this bot. And it's going to be really badass. Let me just say that. It's going to be very, very badass. And everybody who bought Aqua Toss, your licenses will transfer over to the new bot. And so everybody that's bought it, everybody that's buying it now, all those licenses are going to cross over into the new version of the bot as soon as it is ready, which is probably going to take another week. And if you've got the Bitcoin, you might want to get it before if the price continues going up. Well, obviously the bot will cost you that much more. One thing that I will say, and then we're going to move forward, is that I'm considering a monthly subscription fee for those that they're concerned with Bitcoin. They don't, if they buy Bitcoin in now, transfer fee. There's not going to be a transfer fee. Your license is just going to automatically work with the new bot. So you don't have to worry about that. That was a big thing for all of us. Like, look, everybody that's already bought the bot, we're not going to leave you guys behind. You guys are coming along. You guys are my community anyway. So of course my bot's going to work for you. That's all there is to it. So I'll save the rest for later, but I'm extremely pumped. I feel really good about it. And, we'll see. And then I'll let everybody know what's happening. But I will tell you, my goal is I want to, there are a lot of community elements to the bot that are not in there that I expect to have. There's so much, but I'll save it because I want to be able to tell everybody while it's like, hey, this is what we're launching today. Download the update. This is what it's going to do. And I am going to be making it a consistent part of my daily routine to go over strategies, pairs, new things that I'm churning and burning and making profit with. And so, and obviously one of the big goals is I want to have 20,000 people using my bot and ultimately being able to trade on Crow's Nest. Because it's going to be legitimate volume. There's not going to be any wash trading or any of that bullshit, but I do want people to be able to trade and on a US regulated exchange. And so we'll see how all that comes about, but there's a lot of method to my madness, folks. I'm trying to build an empire. I'm trying to build a legitimate Crow's Nest. So anyway, Bitcoin's obviously, now what it looks like we're going, it's still 10,811. So Bitcoin, who knows? Bitcoin, maybe it'll hit 12 grand by the time I'm done with this video. We'll see. But I'm loving the price action. I'm loving everything going on. And, the one thing that is really bothering me is just everybody trying to shit on the altcoin market. Because let's face it, the same thing happened in the last bull market. Bitcoin jumped, Ethereum jumped, and then the altcoins had a revolution. They had a rally. And it's like, when is the next? Somebody was posting in the comments, welcome RM Zayas, who just subscribed. Somebody was posting earlier, hey, did you hear about the next 80-90 day altcoin rally starting? And I'm like, no, I haven't, because I haven't seen anything like that. All I see are people, I see a lot of these Bitcoin. Here's the thing. The viewership on like if I look at my analytics for viewership on my channel, my viewership on this channel actually goes up with the price of Bitcoin. And so if I do a video about Bitcoin, that's what people are ultimately searching for. So everybody knows that. And so you have these Bitcoin maximalists on YouTube who I feel in a sense are kind of pandering to the viewership. And it's really not just about Bitcoin. It is about the altcoin market as well. Do not kid yourself. people are talking about when Bitcoin dominance reaches 90%. Fuck you. That's not happening. The idea is people are pumping into Bitcoin because that's what's most active right now. And once things go back into an accumulation phase before the next big parabolic bull run, which I think could honestly happen anytime, we could start seeing a lot of sideways activity in Bitcoin as people start buying back into the altcoin market because they know if Bitcoin is $11,000, I honestly suspect Bitcoin might have to hit 20,000 before we start seeing a significant altcoin rally. I could be wrong. It could be 15, could be 13. I don't know exactly, but I think that people start doing the math and they say, okay, what is the likelihood of Bitcoin reaching X within this time frame? And then what is the likelihood of this particular altcoin or this series of altcoins reaching X within this period of time? And that's when people start to say, okay, Bitcoin's at kind of a lull. It's an accumulation phase. It might last 90 days. It might last multiple months. Nobody knows. But it's when the sentiment reaches that point that we're going to start seeing money go back into the altcoin market, at which point we're going to start seeing a lot of new subscribers today. What's up? Rain Bitcoins. Glad to have you guys. At that point, you're going to start seeing, 3x, 5x, 10x returns in the altcoin market because it's going to be a lot easier for people to buy stuff like Cardano, Stellar Lumens, a lot of these coins. Aeon. Aeon was like $11 at its all-time high. It's sitting under 14 cents right now. And it's a powerful project that as time continues to move forward, especially think about it, a company like Aeon, whose sole focus is interoperability between smart contracts and different blockchains, do you not think they're going to play some sort of role in Libra token at some point in the future as Libra tries to start working with other blockchains? I think that's very possible. And not only that, even if it's not Libra, it's going to be a series of other altcoin projects out there that are, smart contract based, even whether it's ERC20 or their own Go chain, there are a lot of really solid blockchain projects out there that I see are soon to be pumping. And that's what I'm honestly counting on. I'm waiting for this. I have a list of like 30 projects that I expect to see do well. A couple of them I think are shit now, honestly. I think Ivy Coin, in my opinion, I was really bullish on it in the past. I invested in it, and I think it's probably going to end up being a shit coin. I don't see anything coming out of that camp. I see no new updates. I see a buyout, but of the 35 that I was really bullish on, I only really see a couple of them really kind of missing their mark, and I see like 10 of them going to the fucking moon over the next 6 months. To maybe it might take a little longer, but we'll see. So that being said, I think that when Bitcoin starts to really enter what we will consider a strong accumulation phase with a lot of sideways activity, that point is when we're going to start seeing money get pumped into the alts. And taking a look, like Dent, it was up 31% over the last 7 days. It just went up another 5% since I literally hit go live on this video. Dent is getting a strong pump, 36, almost 37% pump over the last 7 days. Solid. Neo, obviously everybody knows Neo's been getting a pump because of some of their partnerships lately. Ethereum's up 18%, Tron's up 15%, and you see a lot of these numbers fluctuate. Celsius, though, took a kick to the nuts. And I don't know if it's because people are trying to sell it off, but the volume is so low, it doesn't make any sense. Why would Celsius be taking a hit? Aeon, it's at 14 cents, negative 16% over the last 7 days, but $1.5 million a day in trade volume. You Trust, negative almost 15%. GoChain is even dropping further, which that to me is making no sense at all, other than the idea that I think people are dumping because if they got in at ICO, they got a significant sum. But even trade volume's only at 800,000. It's not like huge amounts of people are dumping their GoChain. The problem is that when volume is low, it's easier to affect the price in a positive or negative way. But I think GoChain is going to be a front runner at some point. Power Ledger, it's at 11 cents. I see Power Ledger coming back at some point in the future. And I think as the altcoin market continues to push forward, and we start seeing money go into these markets, if these projects, officer staff, their executive staff, if they're smart, they're going to start really focusing on PR and starting to focus on marketing. And we're going to see these volumes grow, and we're going to start seeing what I am going to consider a true altcoin rally. And I expect to see the vast majority, if not all of these coins pump. And I expect them to pump faster and further beyond what Ethereum does in the same time frame when it begins. Ethereum and Bitcoin are still gateways. So people are loading up into Bitcoin and Ethereum right now, and that's what's causing these upticks. But once that levels out, everybody's going to have the cryptos they need to start buying into their favorite altcoin projects, and I still see that coming, but I haven't seen it happen yet. So you just have to keep your eyes peeled. Keep your eyes open on what's happening. Watch these prices. Neo's obviously going to be solid. Ontology, I think, is going to be solid. From what I'm hearing, they're basically sharing technology back and forth. So when one team makes a solid advancement, they're sharing it with the other. I don't know if that's true. I consider it a rumor, but pretty well connected source was explaining that. Stellar Lumens, I think, is going to boom. And hell, Cardano just launched the Shelly testnet. It just launched the Shelly testnet. It's only up 6.5%. Wait until that shit goes live. Wait until that Shelly proof of stake. Wait till that really kicks off. I see significant gains for Cardano when we get closer to that mark. And I'm still working on getting Charles Hoskinson live on the channel. He was going to come on already. I was going to have him, but then I guess something else came up, and he's like, I can't front run these guys. I want to let them do their thing. So at some point, I'd like to have Charles on and really kind of dive in a little deeper as to where the project is and what's going on. I enjoy sometimes just turning on his AMAs and listening to him go and talk about what's happening in his life and things like that. He's an interesting cat, but we'll see. Matrix AI, once China gets their shit figured out, I expect Matrix AI to do pretty well as well. OMG, I know OMG is being kicked off of Bittrex. OMG and what was the other one? There was another one that I think is getting kicked off of Bittrex. And I'm not sure if it's because of the nature of the decentralization and US regulation coming down on it. I'm not exactly sure, but I've got my eye on that. But it's still pumped almost 8% over the last 7 days. So that's what I see. Will ADA be on Crow's Nest X? Not initially. I want to be able to trade Cardano on my exchange, but the law and guidance, SEC guidance plays a significant role in every step we're making with this exchange, and we're just not looking to take any chances. So let's see here. Are you going to get USDT on your exchange? Look at the top 15 pairs for BTC, all USDT, no fiat. Doesn't that feel good? Your thoughts? I do want to have a stable coin on the exchange. Absolutely, I do. Especially for when I do bot trading, So, and sometimes it's just more beneficial to bot trade with a USD pair than it is another crypto. But it depends, because trading with another crypto does add another layer of volatility that you don't necessarily get trading back and forth with USD. So you're relying on the volatility of one against another that's kind of flatlining. So you're kind of hoping that meets. And it's just a different kind of thing where if you've got two cryptos that are kind of going up and down against each other, it makes trades more frequent and potentially more profitable. So I am looking to do that. Will Crow's Nest be available in all 50 states? It appears so at this point, yes. Because the what's up, Dick Insider? There's a lot, and we're going to get deeper into it as we move into July. We are going to be launching our test net for Crow's Nest X at the beginning of July. We're actually now ahead of schedule. And I will tell everybody, we are going to be having, for all of the accredited people out there, and even within the US, we are going to be doing a private STO. I don't know that I'm going to be blasting it all over. I don't know if I'm going to be telling everybody, because I still don't even know exactly what the limitations are on marketing a private STO. I guess it's not necessarily private if you're doing it publicly, right? So you may or may not even know when that's happening. So that all just kind of depends on what my lawyers tell me. So that being said, I'm going to get into this this first feature, and then I've got some other stuff that I'm going to talk about with everybody. Eaterbase. It's eaterbase.com. The exchange is now open to the public. This is an EU-based exchange. They paid me 0.1 Bitcoin to go over a couple of their notes and things that they're doing. I accepted this because if these guys were to prove legitimate, it could be the first time I've ever seen anything like their trading fee schedule, and I actually think it's pretty interesting. I don't know a whole lot about these guys, to be quite frank with you. Partners are Patria Venture Capital, CoinGecko, Delta, Majestic, Blockfolio, and Hedge Tech. So interesting partnerships there. You got all their social media and everything, but ultimately this is an exchange with a negative fee. And so I'll read some of these notes. First of all, they're fundamentally based out of the EU, so their laws and regulations are obviously going to be a little different than you're going to expect to see from a US regulated exchange. But they do have a fiat gateway, integrated IBAN accounts on the exchange, allowing you to make and receive SEPA payments in the EU. You'll be able to seamlessly trade fiat to crypto, eliminating the need to rely on stable coins for trading, and remove any complications in moving your funds back to your main bank account should you need to. Negative trading fees. Now, this is actually something that I found interesting, and one of the reasons why I took this on, because again, I don't know if the exchange is legitimate. Just so that everybody understands, I am willing to take on paid promos, paid features, and I'm changing the way I do reviews as well. I'm willing to do that for something that I think feels right, but you have to do your own due diligence. Don't ever just run out just because I think something's cool, or I say, hey, I really kind of like this, and I think it's a great idea. That's not necessarily an endorsement for legitimacy, okay? So I want to make sure everybody understands that. But I do think that if this is legit, if it proves to be legit, it's actually pretty cool. They're negative trading fees. Now for market makers, this is huge. By locking the exchange's token, Ether-based coin, XBase is the ticker, there are 8 membership tiers available that will give varying benefits to traders. The top 4 tiers give negative fees of 25 to 100% of the taker's fee. All 8 tiers will give varying discount from 0.08% fee at level 1 to 0.01% fee at level 8 for being the taker on the trade. What this means is if you are a level 8 member and you fill the order book, being a market maker, you will receive 100% of the fees paid by the taker of the trade when it executes. I've never heard of anything like that before. I think that's actually pretty damn good. What laws and regulations in the U.S. crypto exchange? All of them. I'm not sure I understand the question. Good afternoon, Billy Ferguson. Welcome. Compliance and security. They go into some of the compliance and security measures. Wow, that was already 3 minutes just reading that one thing, but I'll give them a little extra time. Basically, features are expected to be like 2 to 3 minutes, but compliance and security. Eaterbase will have banking grade security and compliance with European legislation for a bunch of acronyms through to 2020. Eaterbase company will also be publicly traded on the Slovakian stock exchange via a SICAV fund for qualified investors. All right, that's kind of interesting. Welcome, Peter Pie Morgan. Exchange engine. Quite frequently, we hear of exchanges overloading, missing the ability to process orders in time when the market has high volatility. This will be a thing of the past with Eaterbase, with the architecture they have implemented. And then they go into some of the details there. The team, CEO Robert Oxt, hedge fund manager and former board member of European Investment Bank. Chairman, I'm guessing it's Josef Brunel, portfolio manager and board member of an investment fund, or of investment fund. CTO is Martin Smotny, 15 years experience in IT leadership and the implementation of e-government in Slovakia. They are industry heavyweights that have the connections and finances to drive this business into the mainstream. So that's Etherbase exchange. I mean, Etherbase exchange is now open to the public. I mean, check it out if you're interested. If you're trying to find an EU-based exchange that potentially offers like negative market trading fees, it could be pretty slick. Let's take a look real quick at the team. So they have the LinkedIn. Just like to open these and see what's popping on these pages. You know, there's no picture there, Robert. But it looks like he's had this for quite a while. Jeez, look at this guy. 2 years, 2 years, 2 years, 7 months, 8 months. All right. Here's a picture. So, 4, 5. Like from what I mean, from all he's got posted here, he's like 5 years, a member of investment board, chairman of the board at Etherbase. Last 2 months. That's the only thing that kind of bothers me about some of these projects. Like they pull these guys. Okay, well they haven't been with the team very long at all. But how long has the project actually been? I guess I'm diving a little deeper than I really need to. But this is the stuff you guys need to check out. Like check out the team members. You know, do some digging, find out who these guys are, where they came from, you know. So this is the co-founder. So he's been working on this for 1 year and 4 months. 9 years. I mean, he's definitely got quite a bit of experience. So check it out. I mean, look, guys, if you're interested and you're trying to find another exchange, that's a good opportunity that you might want to look into. Etherbase.com. So check that out. I'm going to go to Bitcoin again real quick, see where we're at, and then we're going to go into Cindex, which I actually think is pretty badass. I'm not saying that just because they paid me. It's been a long time since I've done any kind of paid reviews, but those of you who have never left me in the bear market know, doesn't matter if somebody's paying me or not. If it's a shit show, I'll tell you. Man, I've taken a lot of shit from some of these projects that they would pay me like a Bitcoin to do an ICO review. And I'd just tell everybody straight up, yep, they paid me a Bitcoin to tell you to stay the fuck away. So for those of you who have been around and you've been on part of my channel for, the past year and a half or since November of 2017, you guys know what to expect. But I will say that I do legitimately think Cindex is a pretty cool platform. We're going to dive into that. Bitcoin still 10,819. I wonder if Dent's had any more pump. Oh, no, pump's dropped down now. Dent's pump has dropped down to 30%. That's the thing, man. Dent, like you could throw $100 in the Dent, and if it pumps just to even a penny, you're freaking. I mean, you made so much damn money because it's like a fraction of a tenth of a penny. Like it's crazy. Michael Metzger, hold your ADA. Charles Hoskinson isn't finished yet. Patience is a virtue. Absolutely. So I'm looking at the comment, Michael Metzger. Would love to ADA succeed at Sin City, but remember the greatest product in the world is essentially worthless if it can't be marketed, and Hoskinson has zero personal appeal. Should not be the face of ADA. Is Vitalik Buterin like a prom king? You know what I'm saying? I think in this space, technology speaks louder than a pretty face and a nice head of hair. That's just my personal impression. Because honestly, I think it's the technology is going to fuel and inspire those that are the faces of these projects. I've been bullish on Cardano since before most people were even talking about it. You know, I think that, not that I'm all that pretty either, but I think if you're talking about personalities and you're talking about, people pumping and promoting and talking about projects, I think Charles is doing exactly what he should be doing. He's educating, and he's educating those that have minds brighter than mine as to what exactly is going on. And then I'm listening to all of them, and then I'm formulating my opinions on the project based off of where they're at, what I know their goals are, what they're already doing, and so forth. And so, look, Charles Hoskinson may not be a prom king, but he's freaking brilliant. And what he's heading up, I think, is going to take over blockchain to a large degree in the future. Granted, it's slow moving, because when you've got when you've got a village full of chiefs, things don't typically move forward very quickly. But what are your thoughts on energy NRG? I looked into it, but to me, honestly, I wasn't all that impressed. I know it seems like a lot of people bought it. I know NRG is like a masternode coin, and I know the people that got into it early on are doing pretty well. So, of course, they want to see it do even better. And so a lot of people are gathering around almost like a Ripple community. It's like this cult-like mentality of NRG holders. Look, anything is possible, but I didn't, your beard makes you pretty. That's funny. I didn't dive that much deeper into NRG. Once I start feeling like I'm being sold a project like that, I kind of start to lose interest, because if the technology and what it doesn't sell itself, I start to kind of slide away. Not to say it's a shit coin or it's terrible or whatever, but it very well could be. I just don't have that much interest personally. Charles is the neighbor you cherish. Yeah, absolutely right. And I even did a post on my these are my two babies. This is back when, this was on my wedding day to my wife, when my daughters were still really little. But that was a wedding picture. I post all kinds of stuff I actually started automatically posting stuff, and I preloaded my software to post like my Instagram and Twitter and everything automatically. This is like a really old picture, something I created on ZBrush long time ago. This is my wife as a cartoon character for something I was working on. This is me without a beard, folks. This was actually, I don't know, 2010 maybe. I don't even remember this, but this Brian Hedin. Man, this dude was a freaking beast. This dude used to be like, I don't know, 400 pounds or whatever, and he lost a lot of weight, but he still had a lot of loose skin and such. And because of the way he looked, these guys would totally look past him. And then they get in a cage with him. This dude hit harder than anybody I've ever seen. Well, Roger Bowling hit like a truck too. And Roger Bowling was just a welterweight. Roger Bowling's hands are like twice my size, completely. They were like cinder blocks because of all the calcium and shit from his knuckles, like all the little mini fractures over the years. But Brian Hedin, man, he fought Josh Henderson from the UFC. I was sitting cage side. These guys would hit each other, and you could feel the floor shake in your feet. It was absolutely nuts. And there's my baby girl. That's my baby Celine when she was a little baby. She's giving Bitcoin to everybody. So anyway, and there's your favorite ogre right there trying to kick somebody in the chest. What was my ogre kick? Hashtag sad face. Hashtag kicked by a tree. Look at that form though. That's some pretty shit right there. So anyway, I post all kinds of stuff. Make sure you guys are following me on Twitter. And what was my original point? I was talking about something related. I don't remember what the hell it was. They had to pick a whole cotton field for your ducks. I mean, my clothes are pretty big. So, all right, I'm going to talk about this project. I don't know how much this project is going to pertain to the majority of you, but it is something that I think is actually pretty daggone slick. Crow, I'm hoping to make it to Ohio to shake yours and Charles' hand and possibly a 5-minute conversation. Definitely hope I can make it. And I assume you're talking about chainwise.us, which I'm looking forward to. I'm starting to get into the swing of that. You were going to say that you're even more bullish on XRP. Look, I XRP I'm sure is going to do well. I mean, they have such a powerful machine behind it that I think it's absolutely probable that it's going to do extremely well. How long have I? Oh, this is a 45-minute video. All right. So Cindex, the one-stop solution for crypto asset management. Earn along the best traders. Now, I'm going to play this video because I think the video actually says a lot about what this platform is going to do and how it's going to operate. The one thing that I am going to say, so if you look at the top, 1 hour only Cindex pre-IEO on Bitforex starts in 1 day, 22 hours. I have seen several of these. What's up, Rolex23? How you doing, brother? I have seen several of these types of projects like co-vesting and in other projects where they're talking about like kind of copy trading and, you know, pro traders helping new traders be profitable and so forth and so on. This is kind of similar. I haven't seen a lot happen with a lot of those platforms yet, likely because the altcoin rally hasn't really started kicking in. And so there's just not as much activity. But this is actually for like fund managers, you know, major investors. This isn't necessarily the type of platform that like somebody trading with $100 worth of Bitcoin is going to dive into. I mean, I guess it's possible, but this looks like something that's more for, and I don't want to necessarily say institutional level folks, but maybe it is. I'm going to play this video there, and this video isn't even part of the review overall, but I think it'll help me kind of explain like what this does, and I'm interested to see what your feedback is. So I'm going to go ahead and play it, and then we'll go from there.
The foundations of fund management have remained unchanged for decades, and the market simply accepts the inherent risks in the underlying mechanics. There were only two options: use the old system or don't invest. That's why we created Cindex. Cindex is a radical new peer-to-peer platform that uses blockchain to enable critical security, transparency, and efficiency in managing crypto assets. Let's say you're an investor in the crypto market, but it's not easy to start with a small sum, to find a good fund manager, or to do it transparently with a clear commission structure, especially in such a virtual world as the cryptocurrency space. Cindex changes all of this. It fundamentally changes the concept of fund management. Your crypto funds are secure at all times. You get a complete picture of a trader's track record on the blockchain and stay on top of the market dynamics. With Cindex, there are no middlemen, no fund management fees, and no hidden charges. The wallets where your funds are managed are yours, and you only pay a success fee based on a transparent, automated smart contract. With us, you could even start with any sum. We have no minimum thresholds. If you're a trader or an asset manager with significant expertise, you're probably looking for a way to monetize your crypto trading skills. On Cindex, your trading skills are transparent, and with good ratings, you'll be automatically promoted on the platform. There is no clientelism and no hidden relationships, just algorithms promoting quality, which means you will profit from the track record you've built. To help you to achieve greatness, our platform provides a complete ecosystem. We provide you with access to exchanges, a terminal, an app store, a marketplace, and other advanced tools to help you succeed. If you're an app developer or vendor, we give you a platform on which you can test, implement, and monetize your tools. Once your tool is market ready, it gets posted to our app store for use by our traders. Cindex is where the crypto revolution is happening. Our core MVP has launched, and we're already welcoming registrations from investors and traders. We also invite you to take part in our security token sale. It's the most secure type of ICO for investors who are fully protected under EU law. Our successes to date include thousands of supporters attracted, private rounds successfully closed, numerous ICO AA ratings received, listing agreements with several exchanges signed, a professional team of more than 40 Cindex employees, and world-class advisors on our board. Please join us as we revolutionize the crypto market.
So that's Cindex in a nutshell. You know, their website's badass. Like I love I love how it goes in the phases of the moon and on all that. I mean, looking into the project, I can tell you that everything is very well thought out. This doesn't at all look like a thrown together kind of a let's get rich quick kind of bullshit scheme. It really doesn't. They seem pretty active, and they've got some pretty good people involved in the project. My problem with a lot of these things, now it says we have launched our Cindex platform, join us. I have not signed up and joined it. But if you're interested in seeing what this platform does, if it is in fact launched, try it out. I'd love to see your comments in the description or in this video. I'd love to know what your feedback is. I don't, especially right now, I don't install anything on most of my computers. I just keep everything very, very clean because I don't, when I'm doing scans and things like that, like just for, I just don't take any real unnecessary risks or chances anymore. Not that there's anything wrong with the software. I'm sure it's fine, but I just don't willy-nilly. So 3,500 followers on Instagram. That's pretty decent. Here it is here. I looked at their Telegram. 12,605 people on Telegram. Now, I used to use Telegram as a metric, but I know there's so many easy ways to fluff that shit anymore. I don't even really pay much attention, but I do look out of curiosity. Almost 6,000 followers on Twitter. The best offer of 2019 launches on June 25th, 2019 on Bitforex. The first round of the Cindex pre-IEO for 1 hour. CinXO tokens will be 0.4 cents. 20% less than at pre-sale. The round is limited to $100,000. Estonia. That makes some sense too. Another Estonia financial company. A lot of these companies are setting themselves up in places like Estonia because it's just a lot easier to get stuff moving forward with a lot less regulation, from what I understand. But yeah, check these guys out. Now, the initial circulating supply of CinXO tokens. This came out on June 17th. You've got the different ratios to like where the tokens are, team and advisors, bounty and airdrop marketing. The total number of tokens issued is 26,265,000. No additional releases of Cindex tokens are possible. The ERC20 Cindex tokens are distributed to wallets, locked and unavailable for transfers. In quarter 3 and quarter 4 of 2020, the owners will have the opportunity to exchange them for security tokens. So the way this is all structured is kind of interesting. IEO will be held in several stages on different exchanges during June and July of 2019, after which listing and trading will start at the same time on all exchanges. $6.7 million tokens are allocated to the reserve. These tokens can be used in the following situations. Best place to buy Cardano other than Binance. I think Bittrex is. I haven't used Bittrex in so long, but I think Bittrex. Yeah, Bitcoin has broken 11,000 again. So this is CoinBase. Okay, Coinbase is always a little behind everything. But yeah, it's broken. It's $11,096. Yeah. I honestly think Bitcoin can very well hit 13,500 here by next week, but we'll see. There's a lot of people are expecting Bitcoin to kind of drop like 40%. I don't necessarily think that's going to happen, but I do think that we're going to see a pretty decently long. We'll see how long it is, but I think we're going to see an accumulation phase. Crypto phase will be later tonight. It might even be like 9 or 10 o'clock tonight. I'm thinking. So it's going to be like, I'm just going to, but I want to dive really deep into that market cipher indicator. So it sounds like food is here upstairs. I'm super, super hungry. So you've got details here on the premium token offering. You've got the token supply. And then this is token benefits for token holders. The Cindex project is a revolutionary trading platform designed for a broad range of crypto market participants seeking to make profit by offering their expertise and knowledge for monetization. There is a reason why "Win with the Winners" is the platform slogan. The meaning of Cindex is to simplify and improve the work of crypto traders by following the best of them. The project is run by a highly qualified and experienced team of specialists from trading, financial management, and other industries who have come together to create the most comprehensive and user-friendly platform for traders and their investors. I mean, ultimately, it's kind of it's basically expected to be like a higher end kind of copy trading platform where the most profitable traders rise to the top and people are able to follow them. And look, I like stuff like this, but when are we going to actually see? I want to see one that's actually fully functional with a thriving community. One One of the key benefits that Cindex token holders will receive is passive income in the form of quarterly airdrops if they have not moved their tokens between wallets. Buyers of Cindex tokens at the pre-IEO will be able to receive a form of dividends at a factor of 2 for each token. All tokens purchased after the pre-IEO at the main sale of the IEO in July will receive passive income at a factor of 1.5 instead of 2, as for those purchased at the pre-IEO in June. The distribution coefficient will drop to 1 for all tokens purchased after listing. Initially, before switching to a security token, using the Cindex token will give its holders a 50% discount on commissions on the platform. So I've seen this all before. I think we all have. Who's going to actually bring it and really make it popular? And again, I mean, these guys paid me 0.5 Bitcoin to show you guys their everything that they've got going on. And I think it looks cool. I just want to see it. I mean, that's pretty much it. I want to see it. I want to see more than this. I guess I'll probably throw up a beater computer and download this and check it out. I know that if I were a significant trader, and their partnership with Bancor and credits, and it seems like some old school stuff. Civic, I mean, that's all cool. Is Civic, like, what's Civic? I wish that when we saw partnerships, it said, this is our partner that does this. This is our partner that does this, and so forth. Like, what's Civic doing? How are they a partner? That's what I want to know. And then the circulating supply, all that stuff, you can find that down at the bottom so that you don't have to read every single thing there is. Let me see. What is the chief executive officer posting on Medium? LBRY Avdeev. Okay. Oh, that's just his background. Earned a bachelor's degree in commerce and a master's degree in business administration. Do you think alt season, when do you think alt season will begin? They took a loan from crypto with Civic. I don't know. I do not know. A legitimate pullback would be healthy. Possibly, yeah. Some people, they say, oh, you have to have a pullback or it's not healthy. It's not healthy. I know ToneBase is like, if we don't see some kind of pullback, I'm going to be really concerned and this and that. Look, man, it's a new asset class. You can't base what you expect on Bitcoin to be something like, the S&P 500 or even in a stock on the stock market. It's just shit doesn't act the same way. It's just not the same thing. Supply is limited. Everything is different. I get there are similarities in the everything that goes on, but it's not the same thing. It's a new asset class that people are still learning about. CryptoFace, again, CryptoFace is I'm gonna have him on later this evening, and we're gonna go over the market cipher indicator. There wasn't a pullback, and look what happened, 20K to 3K. Sure, but it's the same shit that's happened every cycle, folks. It's not, it's just the way it is. Whatever happened with BCT, they ever release a product to the public? Nope, not yet. As I understand it, they have like 8 other white labels going, and they're focused on trying to launch in Korea first for whatever reason. I don't even know if I'm supposed to be saying that publicly, but I will say that I know that that Bo has hired some additional staff, one of which being like a senior DevOps developer, and things are supposedly moving much quicker, and things are really starting to pop and come together. And he seems very excited last week when he was telling me that, we've got some stuff to show you and all that, but I have not yet seen it. So, Bo is one of those guys where he's like, hey, let's go through everything tomorrow night. And then, tomorrow night, I'm like, what's up? And then he doesn't respond for 2 days. And then out of nowhere, he's like, you ready now? You ready now? Out of thin air. And I'm like, no, it's Bo's all over the place. But he's I know they're still working on it. I mean, trust me, I know that I've seen so many demos at this point. I tell them, like, I don't even want to see another damn demo. I just want to know when the hell this thing's launching and where. Like, that's kind of the point I'm at now, but it's coming. So, yeah, guys, I mean, this is all, Cindex, it's a crypto asset management hub. We solve the problems of investors, traders, and developers. Cindex for traders, hub, algorithmic strategies, historical testing and analysis with the number. I really want to see this. What kind of problems does Cindex solve for investors? Everything's getting kind of small. I'm going to see if I can blow this text. I have some money to invest in the crypto market, but I don't have the time to research and contact professional traders to manage my portfolio. Okay. Cindex provides access to rated and trustworthy traders. I've always felt uncomfortable with the idea of handing my money over to someone else to make a profit. On Cindex platform, your funds will never leave your wallet. Our decentralized system and smart contracts allow your funds to be managed without being transferred to another trader. I'm almost wondering if that's a part of how the token is supposed to operate. It's kind of like a middleman, a buffer. You're ultimately, trading the value of Cindex against what you actually hold within the platform. And it's all probably managed somehow in smart contracts. I'm so guessing. I'm just thinking that's probably how something could work that way. You earn right along with the best traders on the market. Okay, so we get all that. Sell advanced trading tools like trade robots and news widgets. So this is their... So, I mean, look, it just sounds like they're trying to create a master hub for investors and traders and developers. And you want to launch an app, you'll be able to sell your app to work on the platform, and then you'll make a commission on the sales of your individualized app on their platform. Which, I mean, this is the kind of stuff that's great. I love this kind of stuff. But quarter two, smart following. Quarter three, autonomous and manual operations following release. New interface for the manager. Development of the updated UI. Integration of the BitMEX and Huobi exchanges. So look, guys, I mean, check it out. It's all I can really say. I'm not going to say whether I'm necessarily bullish or bearish on this. I'll say it looks good. I like it, but until I see the platform, I think I'm done with the days of investing in or diving too deep into something that doesn't physically exist yet. Though there was something I'm pretty sure sign up. So I may try and sign up for this at some point and try to check it out and see if it's something that's actually fully functional yet, or if it's like a waiting list. I don't know. I haven't even clicked on this to really to look. But look, if it turns out to be legitimate, it's going to be a solid ass platform that I'll probably use myself. But we'll see. And it looks like you're able to pick amongst all these different exchanges for the platform to operate on. And I know that it's not necessarily an aggregated trader, but you're going to be kind of like Coinigy, where you'll be able to have an account on all these exchanges and you'll be able to make trades on all of them from just this platform. And I like that too. So, we'll see. Let's just say that I'm interested. I'm interested in see what these guys come out with. And so we'll go from there. Let me take a quick look at chat, and I got to eat because I'm starving. Market Cipher, Crypto Face. Wow, December 17th, started watching your videos. January, I bought Profit Trailer. This is all your fault, El. Yeah, it's addicting, and it's going to continue getting even more addicting once the altcoin rally starts to kick off, because stuff is going to get really nuts. Okay, Trevor, you just got hid just because I don't really like trolls. Look, I'll tell you guys now, like, if any of you guys, like, I know Crypto Face has a very a unique, oh, that's not what I was trying to do. Forever. I know he has an interesting group of people that like him and follow him, and that's all cool. But like guys that act like, you know, teenage weirdos and stuff in chat, or they're like kind of cocky and kind of shitty, I just hide you because I don't even like seeing your energy anywhere around what I'm doing. So I'm gonna tell them, make sure your community is on their best behavior, because this is gonna be a big boys chat. This is gonna be a place for little childish trolls to run around and act stupid. So where'd you go? You're not escaping. There you go. All right. So that being said, I will be having Crypto Face on tonight. We are going to be going over his indicator. Just as a quick recap, Bitcoin has broken $11,000 as we've been live this evening, and CoinMarketCap or CoinPaprika is showing dent. The plus side has fallen a little bit. Continues to drop a little. Bitcoin's doing well. Ethereum's up 18% over the last week. Tron's 15%. And this is just like my top list. So these are all the projects that I've been really holding on to and really focusing on over the past year through the bear market. And I expect the vast majorities of these to do really well in the coming months once we start getting into a new market. Cindex.io, check it out. Read everything. Do your due diligence. Make sure you look very deeply into every project you touch before you invest. And it's also, you know, look, and again, just to remind everybody, these guys paid me half a Bitcoin to talk about it on this video tonight. And while I am interested in the project, I'm not personally investing in the IEO because I am still not even sure about IEOs. There's just so much to them. And to me, I want to see what happens. I'm more interested in seeing the project launch. I want to see how this transpires once it's on exchanges and go from there. A project like this, I think we've seen too many projects launch with these big ideas and these grand promises, and they get funding and then they struggle. I will say though, Cindex is probably hitting this right at the right time, and I expect to see a lot more IEOs, ICOs, and things like that start to pop up in the coming weeks, months, and throughout the rest of this year. But I need to start seeing significantly more. I want to start seeing projects launch their IEOs, ICOs, or whatever with at bare minimum an MVP. I want to see the product working, and that's it. So make sure you do your due diligence. Never invest in anything just because one of us YouTubers tells you we think it's cool, because that really never means squat. It's all a matter of opinion. So be careful, folks. Crow your coins, and until tonight, we'll have Crypto Face on, and we're going to talk about the market cipher indicator, and I will be grilling him about every little nuance of this indicator because I am very bullish on it. I think it's pretty slick, and I want to learn more about it. Hopefully you'll join me this evening, and it will be kind of a chill master class about what this indicator can do. So until next time, crow your coins, guys, and I'll see you again real soon.